Hello everyone, and welcome to Babylon Leather's official channel. Today, we'll be crafting a women's long wallet. Inventory the materials: needles, thread, scissors. Inner pocket with a zipper. 1 photo slot and 3 card slots. 2 external side pieces. The side with large and rounded holes is the front side, and the side with small and sharp holes is the back side. 2 bag body pieces. This is the external bag body. This is the internal bag body. This is the back side. This is the front side. Place them like this when sewing. Now start sewing the inner pocket. The side of the inner pocket zipper with the slider is the front side. Measure the thread to be 4 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. You can measure an extra 5 to 10 centimeters each time. Thread the needles. Pull 10 centimeters of thread through the needle eye and tie a knot. Thread the other end of the thread through the other needle using the same method. This completes the threading of the needles. Start sewing. Begin from the first hole by threading the needle from the bottom to the top. Thread the second needle through the adjacent hole. Pull both threads to ensure they remain the same length. Then thread the first needle through the second hole. Be careful not to catch the thread. This completes the needle threading. Sewing with both needles passing through each other is called the saddle stitch method. Tighten the thread after each stitch, keep the thread arrangement direction consistent, and make sure to pull the thread vertically, otherwise, the leather material will be damaged. Sew forward normally. After sewing all the holes, sew 2 overlapping stitches backward for reinforcement. Then thread all the threads to the same side. Leave a thread tail of 3 mm, cut the thread, then use a lighter to burn the thread tail little by little. Be careful not to burn the thread tail black or damage the leather material. This completes the thread finishing. Finish the other thread tail using the same method. Now start sewing the photo slot. Align the holes of the 2 materials with the front sides facing upward. Measure the thread to be 4 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Start sewing. Thread the first needle through this hole. Thread the second needle through the adjacent hole. Then sew forward normally. Since there are holes that need to be sewn with a single needle later, pull the needle with the longer thread to make it longer. Then continue sewing forward. When sewing to the middle holes, use the needle with the longer thread to sew individually. After sewing all the holes, sew back to connect the stitches. After connecting the stitches, continue sewing forward with double needles. After sewing all the holes, sew one stitch backward for reinforcement. Then thread the needles to the back side. Finish the thread using the same method. Take a look at the effect after sewing. Get the 3 card slot materials. Measure the thread to be 4 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Place the 2 materials with the front sides facing upward and align the holes. Start sewing. Thread the first needle through this hole. Thread the second needle through the adjacent hole. Then sew forward normally. After sewing all the holes, sew 1 stitch backward for reinforcement. Then thread all the threads to the inside. Then thread both needles through the next hole, ensuring they pass through the gap between the 2 materials. Finish the thread using the same method. Get the 3rd card slot and align the holes like this. Measure the thread to be 8 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Start sewing. Thread the first needle through this hole. Thread the second needle through the adjacent hole. Then sew forward normally. After sewing all the holes, wind the thread once like this. Then sew 2 stitches backward for reinforcement. Thread the needles to the back side. Finish the thread using the same method. Take a look at the effect after sewing. Now connect the card slot with the inner patch. Align the first hole of the card slot with the second hole of the inner patch. Measure the thread to be 5 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Start sewing. Thread the first needle through this hole. Thread the second needle through the adjacent hole and sew together with the card slot. Then sew forward normally. Note that the opening of the card slot faces the direction of the inner patch hardware. Sew the last hole with a single needle. Then sew 2 stitches backward for reinforcement. Then thread the needles to the back side. Finish the thread using the same method. Take a look at the effect after sewing. Get the inner pocket and 2 side pieces. First, distinguish the front and back sides. Fold the side pieces inward and sandwich the inner pocket like this. The wider side of the side piece faces the bag mouth. Note that the side piece has 1 more hole than the inner pocket. Measure the thread to be 10 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Start sewing. Thread the first needle through the first holes of the 2 materials at the bottom. Pull both threads to ensure they remain the same length. Then take the needle on the back side and wind the thread once. Then sew forward normally. Now we are sewing the last hole of the inner pocket. After sewing, continue sewing the holes of the side piece individually. After sewing, wind the thread once like this. Then sew 1 stitch backward for reinforcement. Thread all the needles to the same side. Then thread both needles through the next hole, ensuring they pass through the gap between the 2 materials. Finish the thread using the same method. Take a look at the effect after sewing. Sew the other side piece using the same method. Take a look at the effect after both sides are sewn. Get the two bag body pieces and place them like this. First, sew this position. Measure the thread to be 4 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Start sewing. Thread the first needle through this hole from the outside to the inside. Thread the second needle through the adjacent hole from the inside to the outside. Then sew forward normally. After sewing the holes of the straight line, add the inner pocket and sew together. Align the first hole of the inner pocket with the first hole at the corner of the bag body. After threading, wind the thread once like this. Tighten the thread and continue sewing downward. The direction of the inner pocket zipper can be adjusted according to your own habit of pulling the zipper. Then continue sewing forward. The central hole corresponds to the last hole of the side piece. When sewing to the next central hole, align it with the first hole of the other side piece. It will be easier to sew if you first align the holes and then fix them with a clip. The next central hole corresponds to the last hole of the other side piece. After sewing the holes of the side piece, sew 1 stitch backward for reinforcement. Thread all the threads to the same side. Then thread both needles through the next hole, ensuring they pass through the gap between the two materials. Finish the thread using the same method. Take a look at the effect after sewing. Measure the thread to be 4 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Start sewing. Thread the first needle through this hole. Then wind the thread once again. Tighten the thread and continue sewing forward. The sewing method is the same as just now. Sew to the position where we just finished the thread and start finishing the thread. Thread all the needles to the side piece, then thread both needles back through the original holes, passing through the gap between the two materials. Finish the thread using the same method. Take a look at the effect after sewing. Adjust the shape of the bag and the position of the material edges by hand. After shaping, place a heavy object on the bag and press it for about 4 hours. Note that you cannot press only one corner. The bag is finished. Appreciate your choice of Babylon leather. Thank you for choosing us, wishing you the acquisition of valuable skills during your time here. If you've enjoyed our video, don't forget to like, comment, and share. For more information about this DIY leather kit, check out the link in the bio. Thanks for watching.